There are stories that entertain you. There are stories that make you cry. But then, there are stories that change you. A Silent Voice is not just a movie. It's not even just a masterpiece of animation. It's an experience. A deeply emotional, uncomfortable, beautiful journey into the parts of ourselves we rarely talk about. Guilt, forgiveness, loneliness, and the desperate human need to be heard, even in silence. In this video, I want to walk you through why A Silent Voice is one of the most human anime ever made. We'll explore the story, the pain, the themes, and what it means for people like us, the ones who feel a little too much. Let's start from the beginning. A Silent Voice, or Koe no Katachi, was first released in 2016, directed by Naoko Yamada and produced by Kyoto Animation, a studio known not just for its animation quality, but for the heart it puts into every frame. The film is based on a manga written by Yoshitoki Ima. The original story was raw and powerful, and when Kyoto Animation adapted it, they didn't just translate it visually, they deepened its emotional language. The animation is delicate. Every eye movement, every hesitation in a hand, it's all deliberate. The music, composed by Kensuke Ushio, doesn't fill the silence, it respects it. Released in Japan in September 2016, the film went on to gross over $30 million worldwide. And it struck a nerve both with critics and audiences, because it wasn't just another school drama. It was a mirror, a painful, beautiful mirror. The story begins with Shuya Ishida, a typical kid, rowdy, impulsive, careless. When a new girl, Shoko Nishimiya, joins his elementary school class, everything changes. Shoko is deaf, and for that, she becomes a target. Shoya leads the bullying. The teasing turns cruel. The class joins in until it's too much. Eventually, the principal finds out. But instead of sharing the blame, everyone points fingers at Shoya. And just like that, the bully becomes the outcast. What follows is years of silence. Shuya grows up isolated, depressed, and racked with guilt. He contemplates ending his life, even saving money to do so. But before that, he decides to make things right, to find Shoko and apologize. What begins as a simple act of redemption becomes something much more complex. Shoya and Shoko reconnect, and through quiet gestures and awkward moments, they begin to form a friendship. But pain doesn't disappear just because we say sorry. The damage remains. The past follows them both. Friends resurface, trauma is triggered, secrets spill, and somewhere in all this, love starts to grow. A fragile kind of love, born out of shared guilt and silent pain. A Silent Voice isn't about a love story. It's about learning to live with yourself. Let's talk about some of the themes that hit the hardest. The film never lets us off the hook. We see bullying in its raw form, ugly, loud, silent, and even passive. But more than that, we see how bullying lingers. Years later, people still carry the wounds. Some try to pretend, some try to forget. But Shoya, he takes all of it inside. There are moments where Shuya walks through his life like a ghost. He imagines people with X's over their faces. He avoids eye contact. He believes the world would be better without him. And that's what makes this film so honest, because many of us have felt that way. But instead of glamorizing it, the film sits with it. It shows the pain, the desperation, and the slow, hard climb out of that darkness. Shoko can't hear, but often it's the people around her who are truly deaf. She tries, she smiles, she signs, but people look away or avoid her. The movie forces us to ask, are we really listening to each other, or are we just waiting to speak? One of the most powerful moments in the film is when Shoya finally cries, not because someone else hurt him, but because he's learning to forgive himself. And Shoko, she also learns that her own self-blame is not a burden she has to carry. Most anime about school life are loud, dramatic, colorful. A silent voice is quiet, painfully quiet. It doesn't throw emotion in your face, it invites you to sit in it. It doesn't tie up its conflicts neatly. Some people don't change. Some wounds stay. And that's what makes it real. Life isn't about perfect redemption arcs. It's about small steps, quiet moments, imperfect apologies. This film gives us all of that and more. When you finish A Silent Voice, you don't just walk away with a story. You walk away feeling seen. For the times you stayed silent when you should have spoken. For the mistakes you wish you could take back. For the friends you lost, the pain you buried, the things you never said. This film hears all of it. And maybe that's why it feels so deeply human. Because sometimes we don't need answers. We just need someone to sit with us in the silence and say, I understand. Thank you for watching. If this story touched you like it touched me, you're not alone. This is Dead Summer, and we talk about the anime that lives inside us.